Hello, Young Justice fans. Dark Superboy here again with another video for you. This time it's Young Justice Quiz Round 3. And I am joined with many Young Justice fans that are spanning the globe. We've got the lovely Shanley, Christoper Jones, Richard, PK, and Shang. So I'll allow everyone to do a brief introduction. I'm hoping we're live. We've got no viewers at the moment, but I'm sure that will skyrocket. We are a minute in advance. So actually, we'll wait until we actually have a viewer before. Otherwise, okay, we've got one now. Yeah. Didn't want to do introductions to complete nobody. Shanley, if you go.
Hi. What am I supposed to say? Oh, I'm sorry.
Like who you are, how you got into Young Justice.
Okay, right. Well, I got into Young Justice when I was 11 years, when it first came out here to my country, 2011, Dominican Republic, of course. And I fell in love with it the first time immediately, with the characters, the story, etc. And I was heartbroken when I found out that was canceled until it was revived and we got our beautiful Young Justice Outsider, and I get this beautiful community. And it's been really great. Now I met Christoper Jones.
I mean,
we're all geeking out.
This isn't your spot with Young Justice community, is it?
Well, the Young Justice podcast and the community on Twitter, etc.
Yeah. If anyone would like to follow that podcast, it is the Young Justice Realm, and Shanley will be talking about how the United Nations and other countries is formed into Young Justice. Going on, we have the amazing Christoper Jones, artist of the Young Justice comics, and doing the designs for season 4 as well.
I'm not doing designs. I'm doing storyboard revisions, which means I'm not doing the first pass at the storyboards, but I'm working with the directors and the producers on the process of taking that first pass and kind of refining it into the final version of what gets sent out for overseas animation.
And ladies and gentlemen, don't ask about questions for season 4. He can't say anything about it.
No, non-disclosure agreements are the bane of my existence at the moment. As much as I would love to geek out over cool stuff in season 4.
In the words of Greg Wiseman, no spoilers.
Exactly. I can say that I'm working on it, which is a delight. I moved from Minnesota to Los Angeles to work on it, and I'm just having the best time, and it's great to be part of telling the stories of these characters again, but now doing it for the TV show instead of for the comic book.
That doesn't mean we don't want it back, though. We do want that comic back.
We would love to have the comic book back. It doesn't matter how many seasons and how many episodes in a season. There are always more stories to tell, and having the comic book back would mean more stories getting told. And also, fans are always wanting to know, what happened between seasons, or what happened in this character's backstory. And a comic book, I think, is better suited to look backwards than the show is. I think the show has to keep moving forward. Yeah. So if people really want to know some story of what happened between seasons 1 and 2, or between 2 and 3, or how this character got to this point, it's like, well, the show might tell you, but if the comic book was back, there would be an even better chance of getting that story told.
And that's what happened with something as well.
Pardon me?
The game itself tells you some backstory.
Yes.
As well.
Yeah. Every different incarnation of Young Justice gives different pieces of the narrative. So
we are moving on next to Richard, who is a co-host of Young Justice Whelmed.
Yep. So I am an assistant editor for Whelmed, the Young Justice Files. I actually didn't listen to my wife when she told me about this amazing show called Young Justice. Completely ignored it for a while, and then my friend started tweeting about it and started running a show about it, and I was like, wow, that sounds really interesting. Pro tip: don't do that. Listen to people that love you in your life who are very smart and wonderful things. When they tell you
full
about
of wisdom.
Yes. But yeah, so I'm actually relatively new to the whole like comics thing. I watched Batman the animated series growing up, but that's about it. So I've been on a journey learning about all of this as I've been helping out with the podcast and interacting with all the fans and everything. Like, it's incredible to me the amount of like love and energy that like the fandom has, and people like just. They really, really love the show and share so much. It's really cool.
Did you watch it in order when you got introduced to it? Because otherwise, it
Yes.
wouldn't. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, I was like, oh, okay. Like, and I know we actually interviewed Darcy Ross on the show about like having this be her introduction to comics in general for the most part, and basically that was the journey that I had. Is I was like, oh, okay, like. I'm not really a comics fan or whatever. And then I was like, oh, okay, these are the kinds of stories that you can tell. And like reading the tie-in comics and everything, I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. Like this is a really powerful vehicle for storytelling that I just hadn't explored yet. And I was always just kind of like, whatever, it's not my thing. But yeah, it's real good.
And I think Young Justice does a really interesting job of playing to an audience that does know the source material, and so has some back knowledge of these characters, but at the same time, they know that a certain portion of their audience are meeting these characters for the first time, and it has to make sense to them. And so the story can play out in very different ways depending on which end of that you're coming from.
I mean, I remember, oh gosh, what was it? It was the cast party or the launch party or something for season 3 or something. We were all sitting up there and wherever it was and watching it and hearing Rich Howard lose his friggin' mind when he saw
right?
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know what's happening, but he's losing his mind, and you could tell people knew it was coming and were waiting for it, and it was lovely.
Well, glad you watched it, and really, man, you got to tell me how you get half these people on, because if we could get like a few of the people back onto this quiz, it would be amazing. You are a lucky man to talk to all these people.
I mean, I'm at the periphery of things, but yes, it really is very cool to get to just like even like going to con and stuff, like, and just getting to meet people is so fantastic, because everyone is as wonderful as you would expect for people who are creating something, you know, like that obviously has this much love put into it and this much craft put into it, and like, you know,
are you feeling nervous that you've got to compete with other Whelmed members for answers now? Because you had Neil last time, and Emily's trying to get on here desperately.
Emily would run circles around me on this. Like I said, I mean, I'm relatively new to comics, and I've only watched the series like twice through total. So I mean, like, I've listened. I know.
Shame on you. I've listened
to Whelms. I've listened to Whelms about like 6 times each, probably, because of editing and going back and re-listening to that. So I feel like I know a fair amount from people talking about the show because of the podcast, but like the actual source material, I think I've only like sat down and watched the whole thing, like I said, about twice. So
Ariel Horns just arrived from Young Justice TV. Hello, Ariel.
Ariel, hi.
Are you going to be taking part in? She's participated in the last 2, so it seems like she participates in this one. And at some point, we might get Zira Fazell herself commenting in the sections, and maybe a few of the cast and crew. They're always a laugh to be on here. And unfortunately, I don't have my lovely assistant of my younger brother, Scores. He is out, but I have been told he is watching at some point. So hello, Daniel, and enjoying whatever it is you're doing. Actually, no, he was protesting for Pride this weekend. So yeah, love you, brother. So yes.
Say hi.
Onwards. Next, we have the brilliant Enrique. He is in charge, co-founder of the Young Justice fan community on Facebook, and they have several thousand followers. And I do have to make this announcement beforehand. If anyone who watches this is part of the Young Justice Season 3 Facebook group, please remove yourself from that group as the original founders was it Enrique and Max, and it was hacked. It's got 500,000 followers, so there are still a lot of people out there who don't know that is not the legitimate owners anymore. It is Enrique and Max who did all that work to build it up, and unfortunately, they don't get as much credit as they should for it. So yes,
Thank you. I'm Enrique. I'm 29 years old. I'm from Mexico, but I started being a fan of Young Justice 5 years ago when I was in film school in Miami. So I've always been a fan of DC Comics. I have watched like the classic cartoons like Batman animated series and of course Teen Titans, but it took me a while to know about Young Justice and to give it a chance. So when I started to watch the first episode, which was like 3 years after it was canceled, I was amazed because the story and the characters and everything is so in depth with the actual comics, and it's so complicated, and relationships between the characters and their troubles feel so real that it got me hooked. So I binge watched both seasons, Young Justice and Young Justice Invasion, and I need more, so I started doing research, and I learned about the tie-in comic by Christoper here with us, and I managed to get all 4 volumes of the original prints of the tie-in comic, and I contacted Max, who was already leading like a massive quantity of people to get Young Justice to be revived and get season 3. So as the numbers piled up, I stepped in to help him. I managed the group, the Facebook group, and we will manage the Facebook page. And when Young Justice came to Netflix, we started our campaign. You know, I know you may remember this. Hashtag binge Young Justice or hashtag revive Young Justice. Yeah, we were like throwing those hashtags everywhere, and by that time I had already forced my sister, my father, and my best friend to watch the series with me, both seasons. Yeah, I kind of made them do it.
See, now they listened to you though, and they actually did it, not like me.
No, they did it, and because I wasn't satisfied, my mother doesn't speak English, so I bought the DVDs of Young Justice in Spanish. So I watched it with my mother. So now my collection I had the soundtrack. I had both seasons in Blu-ray. I have 7 DVDs in Spanish, and I had the 4 comics, and I had the Xbox game, and also the Nintendo DS version. So yeah, I had like a massive Young Justice collection. So to end my story and my introduction, while this attempt to revive Young Justice came, one day when I was here in Mexico, I went to lay down because I was tired that day, and then my phone rings, and it was one of my closest friends from childhood, and he said, "You're gonna be so irritating about this," and I was, "About what?" Go check Facebook, and then boom, the poster, Young Justice 3 coming soon. Obviously, I geeked out. I played the theme song for the whole building to hear. Yeah, it was a very epic moment. And I messaged Max, and I was like, "Hey, did you see? We made it!" And he was like, I think Max fainted twice because it was so much. So ever since I've been with him in this in these groups pages to keep the fandom alive, because there are so many fans. They're all so cool people like you, and the series is so awesome and needs to keep going.
Sure.
Yes. The best thing about Young Justice, it refuses to be killed. It just keeps coming back.
Exactly.
Like Halo,
Yes, like Halo.
she keeps coming back.
Speaking of getting fans
Yes,
back,
she is.
I managed to see, if anyone was watching my previous videos, I introduced Young Justice, my younger brother, Daniel, with Christopher commenting for it. And he's actually gotten into it. We've gone to episode 4, and hopefully tomorrow we'll do episodes 5 and 6. But I am going to be sure to record his reaction with failsafe. Don't say any of the spoilers in case he's watching it, but we are definitely recording his reaction for failsafe, and definitely the reaction for the ending of season 2.
Everything's fine. Everything will be fine.
I should have recorded the reaction of everyone. I saw the series in those episodes. I think my sister in failsafe was like, "What's happening? What's going on? Shh, stay to the end." Yeah, everyone was like, "What the hell?"
Whoa. He might be watching. We don't want to do spoilers.
Okay.
Although he might have done like when he was participating in the quizzes, he might have actually heard a couple as well. But he might know 1 or 2 now. And then last but no means least, we have the lovely Shang.
Hello. Hi, I'm Shang. I'm from New York, East Coast represent. But I've basically been a fan of Young Justice ever since I was literally in middle school. Before that, I was a huge nerd as a child. I watched, Teen Titans, Justice League animated, and I just fell in love with the storytelling and the characters of Young Justice. Like, as soon as I, started this series, I found myself identifying with a lot of the characters, with their problems and with their lives. And, actually, funny story, Artemis, to this day, she inspires me to be fit. Like, I'm always like with my friend, we need to get abs like Artemis. We can't just slack off. We need to get abs like Artemis. So,
You are not the only one. After watching Young Justice, I gotta get ripped like Nightwing.
Yeah.
So I entered to Taekwondo classes.
I'm
nice.
so I'm gonna try and keep fit. It's like I've never seen Superboy with a belly, so I was just
yeah.
"Girl, come on."
But yeah,
I don't think that's possible.
but yeah, so I've been watching it since I was in middle school, and now I've graduated college. I have a job, which is crazy, and when I found out Young Justice was canceled, I was literally heartbroken. I ranted all over, Twitter and Tumblr. I was like, why is this happening? And then when it came back for season 3, I literally was screaming. I called up my best friend. I was like, yo, Young Justice is coming back. She's like, oh shit, no way. But sorry, my profanity. But like we were literally so excited.
I think we were all in the same boat.
Yeah, but I'm really glad that Young Justice has such a loyal following and such a great fan base, such a great staff, and it's just really nice to be able to share this moment with you guys today, especially since we've been in quarantine and there's not much to look forward to. But it's really nice meeting you guys, and I hope we have a great time during this quiz session.
Thank
Of course,
Shang.
you do. It's great.
So great.
And Shang has the reason why I set all of this up was to give fans the chance to do something. I was like thinking, okay, what can I do? Well, I talk to Eric and I talk to Cameron, and I can probably guarantee getting a fan or two. I talk to Ariel. So I was just like, what can we do? What do I know? What am I good at? I know I'm good at a Young Justice. So let's do it. And it's been a brilliant success. I'm very pleased that we've got to season 3. Round 3. Unfortunately, due to the stresses of trying to come up with 20 questions every round, this is the last one for a while. But what I intend to do is after season 4, we do a round 4 based on season 4, and we'll try and get as many cast and crew members as we can. So please stay commenting, watching. I will be providing more Young Justice stuff as we go along for the rest of the year. But thank you all for watching. Thank you for taking part and joining in. And as
thank you for inviting us.
Yes.
Yes, thank you for making this happen.
and as Shang had just said, East Coast will represent. We have got a bit of a world spreading of the fans here, which is a good sign that it's so popular. We have Shang in the East Coast, Enrique's in Mexico, Shane Lee is in Dominican Republic. I'm in Britain, and obviously representing the LA tribes, we got Christopher and Richard.
Yep. I'm a little south, but not too far. I mean, San Diego is basically LA, right? The only thing blocking it is Pendleton. So,
well, and the thing I learned about moving out here is that you can be in LA, and if you're on the other side of it, you might as well be in a different state.
Yeah, it's like, can you get a burrito with French fries in it? Then you're in LA. I mean, really, like, you know.
Oh, hang on. You might know the restaurant I'm talking about. There is a restaurant in San Diego where the burgers are like this big in a restaurant. I was like, I normally have a big stomach, but it had like 6 burgers in it. It was like, what?
I mean, that's half of them. I mean, there's so many. I mean, there's the one that's like every burger is half bacon. There's the one where it's like, hey, do you want crocodile? Because we've got crocodile. And then just a bazillion places that are like, hey, do you want craft beer that's like 50% hops? Because we can do that for you. And then, oh yeah, we serve food too. I mean, that's kind of San Diego's food scene, at least from what I've seen.
We're going to start in just a couple of minutes. Now that I think we've got everyone maxed out here. Normally it picks up after once it goes live, but love to participate, everyone who's watching. We will allow 2 questions, and that is from our lovely fan guest, which will be Shane Lee and Shang. Shane Lee, would you like to go first with any questions that you'd like to ask?
Well, I asked the other questions, but Christoper Jones, what is your favorite character arc in the show?
My favorite character arc in the show? Oh boy.
Yeah.
Tough one.
Yeah, it is a tough one because my favorite thing about the show is that every character is constantly going through arcs. You know, you're used to seeing character development on a show, but I think Young Justice is kind of special in the extent to which every single story, every time the team goes on a mission, it has lasting consequences on the characters and their relationships with each other. It's hard to pick one. I mean, the one that is standing out because it's more recent is I loved what they did with do I have to pick one? But both Cyborg and Halo in season 3 were so nicely explored over the course of that season. You know, Cyborg we've seen a lot of versions of before, and I love that they not only told his origin story, but presented a version of him that didn't look like Super Robot Man. It had more of a look of
human
prosthetic replacement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and so
it was actually surprisingly good.
Yeah, so it focused more on the body horror of what happened to him, rather than, hey, I'm the cool robot guy, booyah. I mean, not that I don't enjoy the booyah version of the character, but it was nice to see it done from this angle. And then just Halo was the mystery that unwrapped itself over the course of the season.
Yeah, she was the complicated character that tied everything.
Yeah.
Oh, she's my favorite character of the season 3. Sarah Fassel does an incredible job with the character.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fact that both the voice actors are awesome does not hurt.
Mm-hmm. I was just watching She-Ra like 10 minutes before we got on the call, and I was like, oh, wait a second. This, of course, has her. And I was like, you know, it's she's great. And she's lovely. Like, meeting her at con, it was just like, yeah, all the voice actors are wonderful people. Yeah. Like,
I'm looking forward to people asking, oh, what did you do during COVID? Oh, yeah, I talked with She-Ra, I talked with Cyborg. I hanged out with half the Justice League. I mean,
the thing that's weird about socializing with voice actors is when you suddenly realize you're talking to X character.
Yeah.
You know, especially especially if it's weird when the character voice is close to their natural voice, so they just talk.
Yeah, that
and that
was
character's talking at
really
you.
cool.
Although it's more weird when it's an affected voice that they put on and then they choose to put it on for a moment. You're kind of like, ah.
I mean, I'm just trying to imagine what it's like being friends with like Kevin Conroy or whatever.
No.
To just be like,
If I go, sorry.
Yeah,
go for it.
go for it.
Oh wait, I don't know if you've done it, but have you heard songs by Jesse McCartney? And don't you hear like Robin and Dick singing? It's like I hear his voice singing, and I try not to picture Robin. And it's not Robin. It's not Robin. Oh, crowd! Yes, he's Robin.
I have not.
Jesse
heard
McCartney was literally my childhood crush, and to hear him as Nightwing and Robin, I was like, "Whoo, I can't."
I do. One of the things I love so much about Nightwing on the show is that because Batman the Animated Series had, Dick Grayson introduced as Robin and then kept the voice actor as they transitioned to Nightwing, but they introduced a Robin that was already like 18. So having the younger Robin who sounded like a kid, and now we have Robin. Now we have Dick Grayson in his Nightwing years and getting deeper into them as the series continues, and you still can hear the 13-year-old kid that you remember from season 1 in the voice. It just gives such a sense of depth to that character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's your question?
All right. How did you find out? Sorry, Sam.
It's okay. I was just gonna ask, how has production been with the coronavirus? Because I know a lot of fans are wondering about how things are going at the studios, if any complications have occurred.
Well, I mean, aside from not being able to say much at all about what's happening,
No spoilers.
Well, honestly, if I started describing too much about what the work process is and schedule and stuff, I mean, even that would make them nervous, just because they get very understandably concerned about not wanting people to be putting stuff out there. And the moment I say something, even if I'm deliberately vague, someone can hear it and say, according to Christoper Jones, blah, blah, and it sounds like
Right.
I'm speaking for the production. All I can say is I'm working from home. It's working just fine. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. It doesn't. I miss seeing my coworkers in the office every day, but other than that, it doesn't seem to be hugely getting in the way of doing the work. So
That's awesome.
Is there any
Good.
superheroes in the team yet? I'm not going to give this up.
are there what superheroes in the team?
British and any
Oh,
member
British.
of the team.
Well, I can't speak about what's in season 4, so what can I tell you?
I had this conversation with Doe. I've had it with every one of more British people. And in response to Doe Hong's request, I did actually get one.
Oh, guys,
Okay.
that's a human deck.
Oh, nice.
Oh my God. That's a Dominican flag right there. What I didn't think of it.
Yes, we should all have our flags, state flags.
Yeah, I should think of it.
Yeah, actually, today I should have 2 flags: Mexico's flag and the Pride flag. Should get them.
So
We'll think about flags here right now.
Yeah, in the States, it's one of those if the flag that you're flying is not either Black Lives Matter or Pride.
I would
No.
happy to
I'm in
fly.
Mexico. I'm in Mexico right now.
Yeah. But
I would be happy to fly either of those. I would be happy to fly an American flag with a 51st star for DC.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't understand your country. It's like it's a state. It's got half a million
We
people.
don't understand our country either, honestly. Like, I don't know what's going on with the U.S.
I mean,
Just because we live here doesn't mean we have
How's
any
Portugal
more understanding.
I mean, basically, you can sum the U.S. up. A lot of the problems are just like, white supremacism. That's the problem with the U.S.
Pretty much.
Several hundred years of that, But anyway,
But at least we know how to handle a pandemic.
And I wish, hopefully, everyone who has a shirt gets to win. So we got 1, 2, 3. Anything from you, Richard?
I've got Ewoks on mine, so
That doesn't count.
Superboy shirt.
I'm here in my aunt's house for the weekend. If I had known about this yesterday, I would have brought my Young Justice Outsiders T-shirt. That my best friend did. That my cousin made that T-shirt for me for Christmas, and for Christmas too, my best friend gave me a really cool official Nightwing T-shirt.
Okay, so we've come up to 1:30, so I think that's enough time. Now I've got the questions here, the rounds. We've got now Cyborg symbol for them. The rounds are general knowledge, a mystery character that I won't say until you've picked it, vehicles, and villains. Now, the people who arrived to chat first gets to choose. So it was Shaney first. What round would you like?
Villains.
Villains. Okay. Right. So question 1 of round 3 of the Young Justice quiz is, what other power did Mr. Twister have besides wind manipulation? What other power did Mr. Twister have besides wind manipulation? And I introduced this one specifically because my younger brother knows it. Did you watch the episode?
All right, so we're doing the writing it down and comparing notes afterwards?
So, yeah, we're writing each one down, and we'll compare answers at the end.
Okay.
So everybody ready for question 2? Yes, thumbs up. Everyone ready? Good?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Question 2. Name one of the 2 season 1 villains which left with Cullstar or Christoper in issue 25 of the Young Justice comics. One of the 2 villains from season 1 that left with Cullstar. How is that pronounced, by the way, Christopher? Do you know?
I think it's Killstar.
Killstar.
As goofy as that sounds. We did not invent that character. The character is from the Captain Atom comics back in the day when Greg was co-writing that with Carrie Bates.
I thought it was like Christoper, like because he's a crystal. So yeah.
I can't. I don't know.
Okay. Everybody,
guys, sorry, my computer got slow and I got lost the past 2 minutes.
Oh no.
Question 2 is name one of the 2 season 1 villains that left with Killstar in issue 25 of the Young Justice comics.
Who has to answer?
But no, don't give the answer now.
No.
Yep. So we're writing it down, and then
We'll
we'll
write down the answer. That was question 2. Question 1 was what was the other? What other power did Mr. Twister have besides wind manipulation? Question 3. Name.
Give me a second.
So this one is going to work similar to round 2 quiz. Everyone is to give 4 answers. You get a point for each unique answer you have. So if somebody else has that same answer as you, you don't score a point. So the question is, name 4 unique members of the Light.
Unique?
Yeah,
Well.
so, try and think of one which the others won't answer. And specific members of the Light, I mean the actual members of, like, are normally on the TV screens, not the not like Sportsmaster or any of the people.
Oh, okay, like
Main-
official members.
The official leaders of the Light.
Yeah, Sportmaster is the enforcer in season 1. I remember.
Not an enforcer, no. Not like Sportsmaster or
Shiva is the enforcer in season 3. Yeah, I remember that.
yeah, she's an enforcer, so you wouldn't name her down. So it's like 4 members, 4 leading members of the Light. Question, everybody ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure, I've got
Yes.
4 answers. They're definitely unique. I don't know if they're right.
Don't worry, you won't be missing any of the weird answers we've had on this show before. Question 4. True or false? The body that housed the brain Sorry. True or false? The original body for the brain of Ultra Humanite was female. The original body of Ultra Humanite female. True or false? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Christopher thinking.
Yeah, I'm ready. No, I'm ready. I'm ready. Sorry.
Okay, you ready? Okay, you drew it. So some of these are okay. And number 5. Name
Assuming
me
I remember correctly. Go ahead.
Name me 3 historical figures Vandal Savage has been on Earth 16. Name me 3 historical figures Vandal Savage has been on Earth 16. You can take a simple guess of like who would throughout history who would Vandal Savage most likely be.
I have one, but thinking.
Okay.
The thing that's frustrating is like there's one I have in mind. I can tell you the biography of the character. Can't come up with their name right now for the life.
Yep.
Okay. So, but we'll come back to like when we go through the answers, you'll have like a couple of seconds to think it through. So that was round 1. Let's go over the answers. We'll do it from Shanley to Christopher to Richard to Enrique to Shang. So, and we'll reveal the answer at the end.
Okay.
What did you have?
Well, I have. He has electricity powers.
Okay. Christopher?
I completely flaked on anything other than the wind powers, so I put down flight, although technically he's flying with the wind powers, so I don't know that I would even give that one to me.
No, unfortunately not.
Okay. With a name like Mr. Twister, I said the second power is obviously being very good at awkward sexually charged party games.
Yeah, that's the board game you want to play if you want a copper feel.
It's like, ooh.
It's well paired with the game Sorry.
Yeah.
Enrique.
Okay, my answer debunks Richard's answer because he's a robot, so he has no drive. But because he's a robot, he has immunity to telepathy.
That's not that is in itself true, but I was looking for other power.
Well, it's not a power, but it's what made him get defeated.
Yeah, I'm not.
We'll see.
We'll
And
see.
then
This is why I don't run quizzes.
Shang.
I got lightning powers.
Okay. So just to officially say, lightning manipulation is what I had down.
Yeah.
there you go.
So electricity counts.
So electricity counts as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I never drew Mr. Twister.
Question 2. Name one of the 2 season 1 villains that left with Killstar in issue 25 of the Young Justice comics. Shanley.
Black Adam.
Okay. Christopher.
I also wrote down Black Adam.
Okay. Richard.
I wrote the ambiguously pronounced villain's neglected pet dog.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Richard is going to be the Zira and Eric. Enrique.
Major Force.
Oh, he wasn't a season 1 villain though, was he?
But he left with
Yeah, but I did say season 1 villain. So give you 5
darn.
seconds.
There were like
Can I change my answer?
Yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Black Adam.
Oh, you're just gonna I'm giving you half a
Yeah,
point for that
it was.
because you're just copying everyone else in.
No, actually, I wrote Black Adam and Major Force, and those were the only ones I could remember.
Okay, still half a point. Shang, what did you get?
Wait, I remember one.
Can you name them?
Yeah, Blockbuster.
Oh, you saved yourself there. Shang, what-
I literally guessed on this. I wrote Black Manta.
he was in season 2.
Yeah, I
Season
realize
two
now.
And season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Blockbuster left.
Okay, yes, the answers are Black Adam and Blockbuster. That's why you don't
No.
see them again.
Just because they left with Killstar doesn't mean they didn't come back.
Yeah, but we haven't seen them in 7 years. Okay, so number three. Name me 4 unique members of the Light. So Shanley, if you just read off your 4, and if anyone else has them, say out loud. Okay. So
All right. Black Manta.
Got it.
Oh, Jesus.
Next one.
Ultra Humanite.
Ultra Human Light. Anyone? No, that's 1 point. Next one.
Deathstroke.
Pardon?
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke. Anyone have Deathstroke? No. Okay. And the final one.
Ocean Master.
Anyone have
I
Ocean
have-
Master?
I have Ocean Master.
Okay.
Why, Enrique? Why?
I listed all the original members.
I know.
Okay. Christopher, what have you got?
Well, you see, the problem I had is I totally lost track of, after the original 2 seasons, who was an actual member versus who's an enforcer. I just know like who's with the Light. So I just was going
Are
off
you working in the show?
Well, yeah,
Are you working?
but
Aren't they the main guys?
I just went with who was on the print I did. I mentioned Black Manta already. I mentioned Queen Bee.
I have
I have-
Deanna
I have
Troy's
Queen Bee.
evil alter ego, so yeah, that's Queen Bee.
Brain.
The Brain. Anybody have the Brain?
I have.
Wait, is Brainiac a
Oh, hang on.
Is,
We have-
No.
Molly has.
No, the Brain and Brainiac are 2 different.
Sorry, Molly has just
Okay.
said Deathstroke was an enforcer. You are correct. He was an enforcer in season 2, but he then became
part in 3.
season 3.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I forgot it was Enforcer in season 2. I'm sorry.
And he cut his hair too. I liked his long hair.
He took Raz's place.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, he took Rachel Wood's place.
Okay. What was
Where I'm just going to
the
embarrass myself on this. The 4th name I had was Clarion.
Oh, your third name.
The Witch Boy.
My 3rd name? I said Black Manta, Brain, Queen Bee, Clarion.
And
I have
no
Clarion
one-
too.
You had which ones?
I
Did any-
have.
Brain. Did anyone have the Brain?
I mean, I had Brainiac, but that's not the same person,
No,
so
not the
you're
same
good.
No, I have Brain.
Oh, okay.
You had the Brain. Okay. And the 4th one you said was
Clarion, the Witch Boy.
anyone got Clarion?
I love
I have
Clarion.
Clarion.
I can't believe I
Oh.
forgot about
Oh
it.
wow! All right, so
No,
Enrique just kind of.
I didn't hit it, so
Does Teagle count?
so
as
Clarion.
No, that's like saying the helmet of Dr. Fate is like the technically.
I mean,
Richard,
Yeah.
it's behind you right now.
all right.
You might have your soul nicked. Richard. what did you
Okay,
have?
so I had Brainiac because I knew it was a brain. I didn't realize that the brain and Brainiac are 2 separate things because, again, new to this. I had that guy who resurrects himself in the Lazarus pit. So
And then even name.
it was Ra's al Ghul, right? Is the name?
Did
Okay.
anyone have
The
Ray?
demon's
I
head.
had Ray.
Oh,
Okay, so I had
Rage.
Vandal Savage because he's there all the time. I just
Nope,
assumed that
thanks, got
he's
that one.
yeah. And then, like I said, I had Deanna Troy's evil alter ego Queen Bee. So
Oh dear. Shanley's looking like she's the only one scoring at the moment. Enrique, what have you got?
Oh, I got Vandal Savage.
Yeah.
I got Clarion, Ocean Master, Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor, does anyone have
I had Lex
Oh,
Luthor.
Oh no.
I have Queen Bee, Ultra Humanite.
So Shang, did you just have all of your ones been picked then? You've got no
Pretty much. I had Queen Bee, Rachel Gould, Vandal Savage, and Lex Luthor.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
You, you, sh- You should ask for the Injustice League next time.
That might be a question. But
Well, that's easy. That's in Queen Bee. That's in Vandal Savage. That's in Rage Hokel, right?
Okay. Next question. True or false? The original body of Ultra Humanite was female. True or false? Shane Lee.
True.
Christopher.
I put false, and I'm probably wrong.
Richard.
Same. Yeah, it was that like it feels like a statement or a question that you wouldn't say unless it was true.
So
So,
you put false.
but I put false because I
Okay.
figured it might be a trick question.
Enrique.
I know it is true, and I can believe that Christopher forgot because he drew about it.
No, actually, he didn't draw it.
I've drawn Ultra Humanite, but I've never drawn an origin story for Ultra Humanite.
It was another artist.
Check your pages. Check your pages.
Shang, what did you get? True or false?
I put true.
Okay. I have to say, you are quoting that his last body was female. His original body was male. The female body that was shown in the comics was not his original body. He already transferred his brain once before. So it was male. So he went from male to female to male again. Well, from male to female to a gorilla.
Okay, I remember two scientists in Christopher's comic walking to gorillas.
That wasn't the first time he did it, and they weren't scientists at that point. They were scientists in the form of research, but they weren't the original ones because Ultra Humanite's brain is 99, which means, go back, would have put the female body as in her 70s, the first one before that, according to Greg.
Oh, I remember now.
Also, I think the issue you're describing, I didn't draw.
Yeah. It was the
not knowing
volume 3.
He doesn't know it all.
No.
Volume 3.
I knew I was going to come on the show and embarrass myself. He's like, oh, hey, he's worked on Young Justice. I'm like,
question 5. Name me 3 historical figures that Vandal Savage has been on in Earth 16. I will read them off for you, so everyone tell me what they've got. I have Marduk, Sun Tzu, Attila the Hun, Genghis Khan, and Blackbeard.
Yes.
Please show me how many you've got of each one.
All 3.
All 3?
I mean, I had a really buff caveman. I feel like that should count for something, right?
A really buff caveman.
Yeah, I mean,
listen, that's iconic.
I wrote down
historical figure, is he?
I wrote down 3, but the middle one was Vandal Savage.
I mean, that's technically right.
Technically true.
I said
I have Caveman, Marduk, and Genghis Khan.
Okay, so that's
Sun Tzu and Genghis Khan.
Sun Tzu and
Genghis Khan too. I got 2.
I got
you had Christopher?
I have 3.
I had Genghis Khan, I had Attila the Hun, and Vandal Savage. Marduk was the one that I could have listed you the biography, and I always blank on the name Marduk.
It was like I'm like the Mesopotamia, the whole. Yeah, it was like I knew the thing. But,
the original, like the Dr. Fate is fun. That's mind blowing in itself.
Yes, it is.
Then he's also the superhero that saved the planet the first time in Young Justice Legacy.
Yes,
because he was patriotic. He fought that water demon. Okay, so at the end of that round, we have the scores of Shanley has 6, Christopher has 4, Richard 2, Enrique has 3, and Shang has 4.
Ooh.
So Shang is keeping her wealth.
I'm doing better than I was expecting to be perfectly honest.
Honestly, same.
I know Emily's watching, so Emily, if you message me on Twitter what your score was, we'll let them know how much.
We have all of them. Miss Emily.
Hi, Emily. I miss you.
So, Christopher, your
Yeah.
choice. We have vehicles, we have general knowledge, and we have mystery characters.
I'm dying to know about this mystery character business. Let's
Okay.
dive in on mystery character.
I'm going with mystery character. Well, the
It's
mystery
gonna be so cryptic. It's gonna be like a random League of Assassins.
No. Okay. The mystery, in honor of the fact that she has made her first live action appearance, this round will be on Artemis.
Yes!
Look, as she has made her first appearance in the CW Stargirl. I'm looking forward to that character arc. Please let there be a Wally as well.
Yes, please.
There is already a wall in that multiverse.
No, I don't know if it's Stargirl and the Flash are multiverse.
Yeah.
Are they?
No, there's a multiverse. Flash is in Earth Prime now, and Stargirl is in Earth 2.
Okay, so there might be another Pooh Wally West then.
Yeah, there might be a new Wally West.
Yes.
I swear there should be a moment where that character and Steph have a cameo. I mean, to be fair, without Steph's brilliant performance of Artemis in Young Justice, which brought the popularity of that character up, you can definitely say without her performance, there wouldn't have been an Artemis Crook in any of the things.
Yeah.
So I would love a cameo of those two together. So obviously the first question is going to be, who plays the new Artemis Crook on the Stargirl series? That's question one.
No,
It is based on Artemis Crook.
I know, but I don't know the actress.
I put an episode on Black Lightning, but I don't remember her name very well.
Same.
Okay. Okay. On to question 2 then.
Okay.
Question 2. How many times did Artemis nearly drown before getting her rebreather?
3.
How many times did Artemis nearly drown before she gets her rebreather?
Oh, I said.
Don't say that.
Yeah. Sorry, my mind sleep for a minute.
Okay. Has everyone... Okay, on to question number 3. What was the number on the sport jersey Artemis wore in her first appearance in season 2? What was the number on Artemis's sport? Well, I suppose it's judging by the size, it's Wally's, but you know what I mean. The one that she was wearing in her first appearance in season 2.
Oh my God, that's so specific.
I have to make some of them hard.
I feel like I'm not doing my favorite character any justice. I'm so sorry.
Zombie.
You're watching this. Okay, so on to question 4. What 2 songs, you have to name both and you get a point for each. What 2 songs did Artemis fuse together for children in the episode Misplaced? What 2 child songs did she fuse together in the episode Misplaced?
Oh, I'm Dominican. I don't know any of these songs.
It's such a subcontext message that her childhood was that messed up that she doesn't know enough of the full nursery rhyme song, so she had to fuse together the 2 halves of the 2 she knew. That was just wow.
I remember Paula Croc. She sang it to Leanne in season 3.
Yeah.
That is true.
No, I got them too, but I'm not saying.
You got both? Okay. Right. Anybody still waiting on? Question 5, are we good? Okay. The character of Artemis Crook made her first comic appearance in which decade? The 70s, the 80s, or the 90s? Artemis Crook made her first comic appearance in which decade? The 70s, the 80s, or the 90s? Shang, are you outside?
Yes, I'm in my yard because it's a little messy in my room.
Oh, wow, that is dedication. I mean, we're into round 2. We still got 2 more to go. So if everyone's done, shall we go on to the answers then? Right.
Sure.
Shane Lee, what did you have?
I don't remember her last name. I think her first name is Estela. Estela, Stela. But I don't remember her last name. I'm sorry.
Christopher?
I had no idea, so I guessed and said Susan Sarandon.
Richard?
I put an actress, but I'm just going to say Marina Sirtis because she's great and she should be in everything.
Enrique?
I don't know, but if I had to say, I would say Stephanie Lemelin. Just because she's awesome.
Shang?
I don't know her name. I just know she's Asian, which I really appreciate because we need more Asian representation in radio.
Okay. So I'm going to give half a point to Shane Lee because it's Stella Smith. Stella Smith is the actress who performs that. And I'd like to say, when I put that comment of having the two Steph and Stella meet as a cameo, she likes it. So thank you, Stella, for liking that tweet. Okay. Question 2. How many times did Artemis nearly drown before she got her rebreather? Shane Lee.
Just like she said, this is the twice time I always got I always got draw in a mission. This is, I remember well that episode. I think it was twice.
Christopher?
I guess 3, but I don't really remember.
Okay. Rick?
I guessed enough for it to be tense, but not boring.
Enrique?
3.
And Shang?
I got 2.
Okay, the correct answer is 2. Because the actual line is no way am I nearly drowning 3 missions in a row. And then out after nearly drowning twice beforehand.
Oh, so we're only counting the occasions that we saw. Okay.
Tell you what, Chris, if you ever do the comic or the
if we ever do the time,
I will give you that point. Okay.
She was drowning in monkeys.
That doesn't
and that was way back. It's not like in a row.
All these robot monkeys, I wish I had my rebreather. You don't remember that scene?
And then Superboy's I hate monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
Question 3.
Do you know why he hates monkeys?
Why?
For it.
Why does he hate monkeys?
Because the Joker, one of the Xenomorphs left Cadmus and followed him into the cave. He protected the Joker with psycho monkeys in his mind, and since then, Superboy hates monkeys.
Oh, wow.
You know, the Joker's a jerk.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, question 3. What number was on the sports jersey Artemis wore on her first appearance in season 2?
16? Well, that's what I put in. 16.
Okay, Christopher?
I didn't remember at all, but the safe guess when guessing a number on Young Justice is always 16.
Yep.
Okay, Richard?
Yeah, that was, if I've learned anything from editing any episodes of, the Young Justice Files, it's that 16 is the number.
Enrique?
It would be logical that it's 16, but I'm gonna throw in another number, 74.
Okay.
Just for fun.
Bang.
Because I have no idea.
I wrote 16.
See, I knew everyone would automatically go for 52 or 16. It's actually 13. 13 is the answer for what. See, I'm messing with your minds, people.
Yeah, I know.
Automatically easy. But I don't know why it's a 13, but I was surprised when it came to numbers. It wasn't. When I had to research it, I was thinking, okay, it's got to be 16. Look, oh no, it's not. It's 13. Okay. Question 4. What 2 songs did Artemis fuse together from her for the children in Misplaced? Shane Lee, what have you got?
Well, I put Twinkle Twinkle, and I don't remember the other.
Okay. Christopher.
I had Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and Enter Sandman.
Okay. Richard.
Twinkle, twinkle, excellent.
And then the children less traumatized.
What, did you have the second one, Richard?
I had Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and I'm a Little Teapot. I remember, like, I have an emotional memory of that scene, but
Yeah. Enrique.
ABC and Baba Black Sheep.
Okay. And Shane.
It's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and Baba Black Sheep.
Yep.
I have to say that is the correct answer.
Yeah.
Still
Okay.
got
The moment I heard Baba Black Sheep,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
No, wait.
It's because she says yes, sir, through
Yes,
that.
sir.
So-
Yeah.
Yes, actually, she said that. And then Paola did the same with Leon.
Do you
Yeah.
think Steph
No,
would
but-
ever sing that song to her kid?
Is it? But isn't that ABC the first part? The first part of the
It has
song.
the same
and then-
tune as Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know songs.
I
went-
think it was.
Yeah, you are correct. It's actually 3, but I put it as the songs because ABCD. I don't think the alphabet is actually a song. That's you just listing
I
off.
mean, I don't know though. It's a common
No, that-
nursery rhyme song. I feel like that.
Does that
that
mean
gets-
I get that point?
Tell you what, yeah, I'll give you one for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the words "next time won't you sing with me" are not part of the alphabet.
There you go.
Okay, so question 5. The character of Artemis made her first comic appearance in which decade? The 70s, the 80s, or the 90s? Shane, what did you have?
80s, in the 80s.
Christopher?
I took a guess and said 90s.
Okay.
I went with 70s, and with a number like 73 on a jersey, I'm assuming that maybe, who knows, maybe it was like, hey, that was the year
Enrique
the guy was
pulled that
introduced.
number out of his head. That doesn't have anything.
Yeah.
Enrique,
I mean, see, but that's the thing is you think that, and then I listen to Whelmed, and I go, what are these connections? Who thinks of these? And people do. So
Craig and Brandon.
yeah,
Okay. My answer is none of the above.
that
If
isn't
I have cor-
it's the 70s, the 80s, or the 90s. I'm going with what Wikipedia has told me.
well, Wikipedia told me that Artemis first appeared after Young Justice in the main continuity, and she was killed like two
No,
issues in.
that's not her first appearance, though. Artemis Crook has made an appearance before.
No, Paula Crook has made an appearance before as Tigress in the 90s.
Really?
huh?
I'm so sure Artemis Croc appeared at some point.
I'm pretty sure.
Tigress goes back to the 40s, I think.
Huh?
Tigress
No, I
is
think it was the
after
80s, 90s,
Artemis.
where Paula Crook was Tigress, but the former the actual Artemis Crook character was introduced after the success of Young Justice.
Well, I mean,
In DC Universe. yeah.
He didn't invent the character in an interview.
I have the official answer. Okay, so and Shang, what did you have?
I said 80s.
80s. Sorry. The official answer is Artemis Leanne Crook is a fictional comic book superhero appearing in the American comic book published by DC. Her first appearance is Infinity Inc. number 34, issued January 1987.
80s.
Okay.
woo!
I admit my loss.
well, my question would be: was she a superhero in that story, or was she introduced as the daughter of Sportsmaster and Tigress? I don't know.
It doesn't
She
go.
was just a
I mean,
villain.
I'm not arguing with the answer. I'm just saying. So the reason I didn't know is I know I've heard Greg say on panels many a times
It's
that
not the same Tiger.
the
yeah.
Young Justice version of Artemis is a fusion of like 4 different characters, because when they were researching the show, they discovered that DC Comics had 4 different blonde female Archer characters.
Yeah, they
Our
had 4
lucky one.
Tigresses, and one of them was Artemis' mother, Paula Crook, which in Young Justice they changed it to Huntress, so Artemis could become Tigress.
Yes.
3, 5. Okay, I've got the scores right. Also, a little interesting Easter egg there, guys. If we do notice, I did just say it is Infinity Inc.
Yes.
The same Infinity Inc. that has made its appearance in season 3.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have the scores after round 2. Shang, I hope you're not getting eaten by bugs over there.
I'm actually not, surprisingly.
Okay, so we have Shane Lee has 9.5. Christopher has 5. Richard, 3. Enrique, 5. And Shang, 7.
Wow.
Nice.
I'm surprised.
Right.
Richard, I don't think
The outdoor air is good for the
let
brain.
down.
I mean, honestly, I'm scoring on average more than 1 point per section, so I'm happy. I'm doing great.
Why is this
Think-
guy on the
think
Young
of
Justice
Caesar.
podcast?
I'm the guy that Neil calls when we have like too much going on and we need to do some editing.
At some point, I mean, I don't know how it works, how you choose, but I would like to put myself up there for a podcast if that's possible.
Well, see, you've got to find a producer who will work magic, and then find co-hosts who are amazing and willing to put in a ton of work. And yeah, that's all that's involved. I understand. And then you spend about 30 hours a week working on it.
No, not do a podcast. As a podcast. I mean, be in the Whelmed podcast. Do an episode.
Yeah, like we guest and
I'm
say your
barely.
piece.
Oh, okay, right.
This is tough enough for me as it is. I think I'm going to guess Shang has left to go inside. Okay, but Richard, you may have your chance to redeem yourself because you do get to choose which round. We've got general knowledge and we've got vehicles.
Let's see. Let's go with general knowledge.
General knowledge. Okay.
Dude, you know you wouldn't make it in vehicles.
Well, honestly, either one of them. But I'm like the thing that comes to mind when I think of general knowledge is the time I was playing a role playing game with a friend of mine, and he was playing like a hick from the south, and I made a pun out of General Lee what because his vehicle was named the General Lee, and my character didn't speak English super well, and he was like the generally what, and it was a terrible pun. So that's where I'm coming from. But the funny thing about that story is it involves both general knowledge and vehicles. So
fun fact there. Unfortunately, I'm not giving points away for fun fact. Okay. So general knowledge. I'm gonna give. I'll give.
That's Eric.
I'm back.
hey,
I had to go in.
You've gone inside.
My battery was running low.
Oh, you bought.
Guys,
that's a mood. That is an eternal mood.
Wait, now that Shank has made a point, give me 30 seconds. I'm gonna get the cable to plug in my computer.
Yeah.
Power.
Oh, gosh. Quick, everybody,
Ask all the
vamp.
questions while he's gone.
It's mine as well. Mine's running low as well.
Oh my god.
Oh, we're all running out of power at the same time. Oh, thank God. Again, it's because of this MacBook Pro. I have no idea. It's like my battery's down on the bottom right-hand side. His is in the top right.
Yeah,
Thank you for having such a weird laptop.
making the transition from a PC to a Mac for work was so weird. It took like a good several months before I was like, oh, there's hotkeys for things that are really basic that I could have Googled on my first day.
It's got like a touchpad at the top bit, and it's like it's so fast, and it has like 15 pages. It's like no wonder why these things are so expensive. Oh. You could probably put one of these in the original Apollo shuttles, and you'd still be able to go.
I mean, your cell phone is
So
probably.
that was question
Oh, yeah.
15, right?
I'm back, guys.
All
Sorry,
right.
my battery was dying too. So
Well, mine was dying as well. That's the 3 of us were running out of power. So general knowledge is this one. Okay.
right.
Question number 1. How many episodes of Young Justice have there been?
We're talking episodes of the
Of the
television
series.
series.
I'm so bad at math, but I'm gonna try my best.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
If my math is correct.
Okay. Oh, bastard. Ah, I've just realised I had a note. I had a sticky note that was attached to this with the references to the answers of what these was going to be. Question 2. 1 point for each fictional 1 point for each fictional country you can name on Earth 16.
Oh,
1
wow.
point for every fictional country you can name on Earth 16. And don't worry about having the same answers as anyone else. It is just high score there. And whilst you think about that, I'm going to try and find that actual answer.
Wait, do cities count or?
I don't. It's got to be countries.
Well, be a
There's
country.
a million of them. I know the thing. I just can't think of the name. I'm like,
Okay, I have it. There is a possible 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 countries up there.
I've got
and one of them is only referenced once in the comics. So if Emily can get all 9 of these, I bow to her superior knowledge.
Only Emily. Emily Busa will know that.
All 9? Yeah. Oof. Okay.
So Latveria. Oh wait, no.
Latveria. Did you just name Latveria?
Where Dr. Doom is from. Anyway.
Yeah, wrong universe there.
I know, yeah.
Wrong multiverse, actually.
Okay.
Okay, I got.
Marvel and DC aren't from multiverses. They are separate universes because when the first DC versus Marvel comic came out, it was described as 2 universes meeting each other and then deciding to see who was the better. And then they just put the 2 teams, like the first ever Marvel. Oh, hello. We've lost someone. Shang's gone.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, she's back. Got her. Oh, no, it's the nightmare of trying to scroll her in. not good. Shang, why have you done this to me?
so the behind the scenes fun is before we started, we had I mysteriously showed up at the end of the list and couldn't be clicked or something. So we are reliving past traumas at the moment. Hey, there we go.
Sorry about that. My Wi-Fi just knocked out for a second.
Question about the question.
So
Does the country that changed its name count as 2 or as 1?
If you can, I know the countries you're referring to, but if you can name the past country and the previous. But if you're talking about Greater Bialia is 1. So there is no Bialia and Greater Bialia. It's just Bialia.
Yeah. Well, okay, yeah.
On to the next question. What was the name of the DC animated universe film that first featured Miss Martian?
Oh, I know that one.
In a starring role. What was the name of the DC animated universe movie that first featured Miss Martian?
I know that.
I love that movie.
Shoot.
Oh.
Here's another thing. Everyone knows the Young Justice, the DC comic convergence, right? Where multiple universes or histories of Earth collide.
Yeah.
We've got enough alternate histories in the DC animated film franchise. We've got Young Justice, we've got Teen Titans Go, we've got Teen Titans, we've got the original animated movie universe, we've got the Apocalypse, the Flashpoint universe. They should so do a convergence, like the original animated Superman versus
And none
Has everyone seen
the original DCAU?
Yeah, you could have all of them come back together.
That would be sick. Have everyone seen Apocalypse War?
Yes.
Oh my god, guys. I showed it after I watched it with my father. I showed it to my cousins. One is 15 and his little sister is 10. So
Okay, I'm
since
really
you all-
concerned of why you were showing that level of gore to a 10-year-old.
I warned her, and I warned her father, my uncle, and he said okay. And I'm like,
How
okay,
bad can it be?
but how bad could it be? Well, do you know that scene when Darkseid kind of fries Damien and
Yes.
Oh,
well, after watching everybody die on throughout the movie, my cousin started to cry. Like
Oh.
she was crying, and no,
stop watching.
no. Her brother and I were like, "Oh my god, is she crying like for real?" And then she said, pause. We have to pause so she could go to the bathroom and get some tissues to wipe her tears."
Oh my God.
And then she returns, and we continue the movie, and then Lois dies, and then she's like, she left the house like all sad, and my uncle said, "What happened? That movie, everything was so bad." And I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe she cries so bad."
My jaw-dropping moment is when when Wonder Woman's arm just gets pulled off. It's like, oh,
It's our fire, girl. I was like,
I
what?
think she was just sore because she's been watching characters die the entire movie, and the moment Damian is saying goodbye to Batman, she starts bawling, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is real."
okay. On to question number 4. Now, this is a fan favorite. Name that ship. Okay, so what I'm going to do is name the couple represented by these ship names, and you've got to try and guess which are the two parties of the couple. So
I'm just going to say right now, I'm very sorry, Emily. I'm going to mess this up.
Shouldn't this question be in the vehicles category?
no, this shouldn't be.
Right?
No.
Thank you.
Bring the ships.
Oh dear. Okay, so for example, Super Martian is a combination of Miss Martian and Superboy. That one's so easy, I never even put them in the answer. Also, they're not all canon, so think outside the box for some of these. Okay, Seagull.
Seagull?
Oh, I know.
Seagull. Number 2, Torpedo. Torpedo.
I know so many of them, and you've picked 2. I have no idea.
Next one,
That's not
Gordita.
familiar.
Gordita.
Sorry?
The third one is Gordita. That was in season 3, people.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4. Mazaz.
Sorry, what?
Mazaz. I can't spell it for you. Mazaz. And then finally, Angelfish.
I hate that
Oh.
so much.
So do I.
The only reason I think I might know that one is because I know how many people dislike it. So
It's such a. I mean, I'm not saying I like that one, but the amount of effort people went into.
But-
Oh, we hate it.
Come on, there were many others that we could guess. You missed the obvious ones.
Yeah, that's the point.
that's the point.
Yeah, I know, but
Also,
some of us are correct. Give us-
rounds of this, I am running out of ship names that aren't obvious. I've got like 15 ship names. I'm running out of places to find them.
You could do a different category.
I was like,
I love this one. It's so funny.
Spitfire,
Okay.
Spitfire, Trot. I was like,
Okay. And then finally, in the Young Justice comics, particularly the power profile page, what power was incorrectly added to Superboy's stats in his profile pic in Young Justice issue 16?
I never read those.
neither did I.
Yes.
They were like in the back of the comic collecting dust.
Christopher, actually, do you have them?
Not handy.
Okay, because I was about to say, run to find number 16.
I could lay my hands on a collection in a couple minutes, but the
I mean,
collection is good to have those.
If I was at my home, I could because I have the comics there with the prints.
I could as well, but it's buried somewhere amongst the other myriad of comics I have. So that's all 5. Anybody repeats?
So for the ship one, what was the first one? Seagirl or seagull?
Seagull, as in the bird.
Okay.
If that isn't a clue, I can't really. Okay, so seagull, torpedo, gordita, mazaz, angelfish. Any more repeats on any of them?
Man, I so thought that was gonna be easy.
Same.
Okay. So we'll go on to the. Oh, hang on. There it is.
That's
So
all
we'll
5,
go on to
right?
the answers then. How many episodes of Young Justice have there been, Shanley?
72.
Christopher?
72, 26, 20, and 26.
Richard?
I put down 52 because I knew it was a lot and I was going to get the answer wrong. So I'm like, well, that's a good number.
Enrique?
72, 26, 20, 26.
And Shang?
72.
Okay. We have yet to have a round where everyone's got a question right. Okay. Okay. Name fictional countries. Now I'm going to read them off. Just tell me how many you've got. So I have Markovia, Bialia, Karak.
Here.
When I've done them all. So tell me how many you've got out of these. Sorry, just heard Karak, Vlatova, Atlantis, Santa Prisca, Rwanda, North and South Malaysia, and Themyscira. Shanley, how many did you get?
I have 6.
6. Christopher?
I had 4, and I'm feeling like an idiot because I didn't separate the 2 Relasias.
I put them as together, but they are I think they're unified now in season 3. They are.
What's killing me is like the places like Themyscira and Atlantis. It's like I don't think of them as countries. I just think of them as a place.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a question. Like, is it a kingdom?
I feel embarrassed because I talk about Atlantis and Themyscira in my episode of World.
But they're part of the United Nations, Christopher. They are countries.
Oh, no, I'm not arguing. You're absolutely right. If they're part of the United Nations, they're classified as a country. It's just in my brain, I don't think of the country of Themyscira.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. You're absolutely right. In the United Nations, that's what they are.
I have a question. Santa Prisca, is that just the name of an island?
That's the name of it. No, it's a country.
Because I thought of that and then was like, wait, but
is it an
it's just the island.
I mean,
so
it's.
Bane own it.
I mean, I think the Light and Bane and everyone like bought it and made it like their official country, where they could do all their shady things.
So it's an extraterritorial entity.
I mean, well, it's official. It's official. Like it's not just an island. It's actually a country.
Oh, I didn't know.
Just bomb the hell out of it.
And of course, there is Death, the undiscovered country.
I believe the undiscovered country is in Star Trek as well.
Well, hey, they can make a Shakespeare reference too.
Yes, Shakespeare reference. Richard, how many have you got?
3.
3. Enrique?
I got 5, and if you give me half point more, I can give you the capital of Atlantis.
But I am intrigued. Is it?
I can give you the capital.
Poseidonis.
Yep.
Poseidonis.
Yes, and Shaharis is the place when Kaldur is the Kaldur's business.
Exactly. Yeah, but the capital is Poseidonis, which is attacked in episode when Aqualad goes home.
Shang, how many?
Poseidonis.
So I have 9, but I don't know if you count North and South Malaysia together.
You got all 9.
Or I don't know. I don't know.
It is 10. It is 10 if you include. Yeah, North and South Malaysia are 2 individual ones. But you're telling me, ladies and how did you get Buwanda?
It's because I remember the episodes like where they went, like all the timestamps.
Yeah, but Buwanda isn't even mentioned in the episodes. It's
No, but for some reason I remember it as
it's in the comics.
Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen,
No. In episode 19, they were
yeah.
were they? I looked it up in the.
They were talking about Rwandan soldiers.
Yeah. So, Young Justice Wiki, you've got to update your information because I looked up countries. Buwanda is just a picture.
No,
But,
remember,
Wait,
did
did you say Rwanda or Rwanda? Is it with a B or an R? Because if it's with an R, then I got it wrong.
It's spelled Buwanda.
Okay, then I got that wrong.
Where's Rwanda?
I don't know. I just remember a Rwanda, but I think I'm misremembering it.
But that's an actual country. Rwanda is an actual country.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But wait,
All of them.
Themyscira was never shown, right?
So you've got 9 out of 10, which is still blooming amazing.
Yeah.
And an actual country in there.
But you didn't name a physical country. Okay. Lost it. Back onto. Okay, number 3. What was the name of the DC animated movie that first featured Miss Martian? Shane Lee?
Justice League versus the Fatal Five.
Christopher?
That's what I had as well.
Richard?
I had Take Me to Your Leader.
Yeah, I did have it.
Okay.
Justice League versus the Fatal
Five. And Shane?
I had it, and I also drew her little character because I loved her hair.
Fantastic.
That's awesome.
I
Yeah.
loved her hair.
Can I just forfeit now?
You're not lost. You're not lost, Chris.
No, wait.
Oh, I will be.
Here comes the ships. It's gonna be good.
No.
Actually, Michael.
On to the
there is-
ships. Sorry,
Oh.
what? Did someone say
There
my name?
Yes, me. In the reign of the Superman, there is a girl that Superboy have close to her that is just like Miss Martian. The model was there.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Christopher mentioned this. The designs are used a lot in most of the other stuff as well. I mean, I think I totaled it up to 20 designs from Young Justice are seen in the DC shared animated universe.
Lady
It's called
Shiva.
recycling.
Yeah, like Lady Shiva is the most obvious one.
Because she's still a lady, Shiva.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
yeah,
so-
it's called recycling.
Okay. So going for sorry. Shane Lee, you put. Oh, hang on, I'm on question. Yeah, Shane Lee. Yes, everyone's done Christian Free. Okay, question 4. Name those ships. This is going to be
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Seagull. Shane Lee, what did you suggest?
Sorry, I have no idea.
Okay, Christopher.
Robin and somebody. I have no idea. No idea.
Richard.
Okay, so what I originally had was Calder, and I was like, who's a bird? And so I was like, Hawk Girl or something in the background, but that's super skeevy because of the age difference. And then I'm like, it took me about a good solid 3 minutes to be like, wait, who's bird themed? And then I was like, Robin, duh. So that's what I had.
And
He called her a Robin.
If you're discounting ship possibilities because they're too skeevy, you
That
haven't
was
been
the
on
other-
the internet long enough.
Yeah.
No, they get some really weird ones. There's like a Clarion and Zatanna. There's a legitimate Clarion Zatanna name.
I mean,
Which one?
Zatanna and Clarion is called Baby Magic.
Yes,
Oh yeah, I remember.
I remember.
I did that in round 2 of the quiz with Zero and the others. They were creeped out by that as well.
That's not okay.
That's a little weird.
That's just
Oh, fans.
Okay. Enrique.
I have no idea. It might involve Robin, but I don't know who's the second one. So
Okay. And Shane?
I put Aqualad and Tula.
Oh,
Yeah.
that hurts.
Ouch. Oh, wait, he's happy with what's his name? I forgot his name.
Really?
Wind. Yeah.
Yeah.
The correct answer is Robin and Aqualad.
I actually got one.
You got one that no one else got.
Felicidades.
Okay.
muy bien.
Okay, next
Well, that
one.
was a trick.
Torpedo. Shanley.
I'm sorry. Again, I have no idea.
No? Okay. Christopher, Torpedo.
Of the ones I didn't know, that was the only one I thought I might have heard of before, but I didn't know.
What was your guess?
Red Tornado and somebody, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. No, getting the space out of the way.
Or a water-themed character, really because of Torpedo, but I wouldn't.
When I
wouldn't know who was who.
picking yourselves, Richard.
So I put Aqualad and a really cute person who works at Subway.
Okay, Enrique, back to his true form there. Enrique.
Nope.
Not a clue. Okay. Shane.
This is gonna sound really weird. I put Red Tornado and Mr. Twister.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Right? It's a torpedo, right?
What is another word for a torpedo? It is an underwater.
I mean, it's
Torpedo.
It's an underwater rocket. So torpedo could also mean
okay. So Aqualad and Rocket.
Yes.
Okay.
Aqualad and Rocket.
I knew it. It was.
Yeah. Okay. So next, Gordita. Everyone should get this from season 3. Gordita, Shanley.
Oh, I love that shit. They're so cute. Beast Boy and the Queen of Pavlova, Perdita.
Yeah. Christopher.
I had written it as Perdita and Gar, but yes, the same two characters.
Oh, it's Gardita?
Gordita.
Yeah.
Okay, because you said Gordita, and I'm like, Gordon Godfrey and a Taco Bell dog. Like,
Well, I was reading it. I copied what. What's her name? Who plays Stargirl?
right.
She describes it as Gordita.
Because I think it's just because I haven't been to a Taco Bell in so long that, like, the mention of a Gordita, I'm like,
We don't even have Taco Bells in Britain.
I mean, I would say that that's your loss, but
Yeah.
It's not your loss. It's not your loss.
Enrique.
Yeah, obviously, Gar and Perdita.
Okay. And Shane.
Yes, Garfield and Perdita.
Okay, Garfield.
They're so cute.
Okay.
I love them.
Mazaz. Jamie? Okay, Christopher.
If I was going to take a wild guess, I would say Zatanna and Billy.
Richard.
I had Zatanna and Miss Martian because M.A. and Pizzazz.
Okay.
Oh,
Enrique.
Moses.
Satana and someone.
Okay. Shang.
Like Richard, I also thought it was Miss Martian and Zatanna.
Okay, everyone want to spell this out? Write down the letters as I say them. M A Z A H S. What does that spell? Backward.
Oh, it's Shazam and Zatanna.
Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
and Zatanna is correct, Christopher.
Nice.
Woo!
Lol.
I will tell you when we're done why I had that as a vague memory pull.
Okay, and then finally, angelfish.
Mm.
The couple
Everybody,
Obvious.
Latin America.
Lagoon Boy and Miss Martian.
Oh, they were awful.
Everyone got that?
I had
Eh?
I had Swamp Thing, but not the Swamp Thing kid, who's kind of a creep and never gets better. So yeah, that's Lagoon Boy.
No, it's Miss Martian and Lagoon Boy.
Miss Martian.
I couldn't remember his name.
True love.
Richard, if I ever do the awards for funniest set of answers, you will definitely be in the running. Okay. And then finally, what power was incorrectly added to Superboy stats in a profile pic in Young Justice number 16? Shenley.
I put his,
Huh?
his vision.
Oh,
You know-
Christopher.
Wild guess, Flight.
Richard.
devilish good looks.
Very true.
Never age. Enrique.
And with Christopher, Flight.
And Shang.
I put flight or tactile telekinesis.
Okay. Which one did you put?
But I'm just gonna go with flight because I feel like that sounds better.
That's the most likely one, but
Yeah. Because I remember in the comics he had this weird tactile telekinesis power. I had no idea what that meant, but
isn't that like what's the word for that? It's like psychometry, I think, is like being able to read objects.
yeah.
I think it'd be great if Billy Batson, when he said Shazam, and only turned into Captain Marvel, but he could also identify music.
Oh yeah.
Shazam! Oh.
Shazam.
Shazam. With your phone. With your phone. Shazam!
I enjoyed about 95% of that movie, but there was such a weird tone shift of like, it's
know,
fun,
right?
it's whatever, and then like bad guy from Gritty DC
bad
movie
guy-
ripping people
Yeah.
apart. I was like,
And that bad guy comes.
whoa,
Ooh.
ooh,
Ooh.
Yeah, I can see what he has.
Very tiny on my
Was it tactile telekinesis? Are you serious?
what? Oh my goodness!
I'm so mad.
Shank,
For those who don't know,
how
what-
do you do it?
because it was originally he did originally have it in the DC pre-New 52. He did have tactile telekinesis as a superpower.
Yeah, I remember in the comics, Bart Allen was making fun of him because he's like, what is tactile telekinesis?
You can move something unless you when you touch it, but that's just moving something.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense.
I think the application is, if you've seen like somebody pick up a building and it doesn't just fall apart because it's being supported
Right.
by where their hands are in contact with it. That's the idea, that you can lift the whole thing with telekinesis, but you have to be in contact with it.
Another thing he actually had in the comics of the Teen Titans was he used his tactile telekinesis on the ground and pulled up a pipe. He thought it was a water pipe. Unfortunately, it turned into a gas main and kind of didn't help put out the fire that he was trying to put out with the water pipe. Boom.
Oh,
Whoops.
Can I get half a point for that though? Because I did write it. Oh man.
You got 9 fictional countries.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still hoping I get my half point for Poseidonis.
No, I told you.
I mean, you got Atlantis though, so
Yeah, but it's a bonus half point.
I mean, actually, though,
or-
aren't they city states? Like, aren't they their own?
Yeah, that's the capital, Poseidonis, and there's
Shahari.
Shaharis, where Aquala grew up, and
And there's a
Yeah,
place
there
with
are a lot.
the shark, like the mutant shark dude that I remember from one of the comics. Like,
that's Kid Shark.
Yeah.
yes.
He's not a mutant. He's an Atlantean.
Oh, okay. Well, and then there's like the like octopus friend who does the cool murals and stuff, and like yeah,
Oh
like,
yeah.
Ah, yeah.
yeah.
His name is.
Gosh,
What was his name?
Yes,
Oh my
yes.
God, what was his name?
Topo.
Topo.
Yeah.
Yes, he was attacked by this group in the comics, and then he helps Aqualad. I remember.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. In
yeah.
the
So I've done the maths, and I do appreciate my brother for doing this all those times because it does get rather complicated. So In no particular order, we're going to go. Shanley has 19.5. Christopher has 14. Richard has 7. Enrique has 13. But after that stunning performance of naming all those countries, Shang is now in the lead with 20.
Wow! All right.
But I'm gonna lose it all in the vehicles because I know nothing about
I
cars.
would like to point out at this point, it is physically impossible for me to catch up with you.
Well, to be fair, not all of my, if you have noticed, not all of my questions are 1-point answers.
True. Okay.
Hang on, let me just check.
You got this, Chris. I believe in you.
There is a multi-point one, but I don't think it's the multi-point option for that is 3. Let's see, 4.
I'm not worried about it.
See, and I'm at like 10 or nothing. 10 or nothing.
I mean, if you're going to award points for how many issues of Young Justice have you drawn? You know, like, that's not how this works.
How many quizzes have you done?
Playing.
I think I know. There were 6, 12, 20.
No, Enrique,
24. No,
that is actually a question in one of the rounds. In like the first one, I do a comic section. So, Christopher, if you want to go back to round 1 with Zeno, Eric, and Cameron, and some of Ariel and all those, there is a comic section. So do round, do the first.
That doesn't tell me it's now, does it?
Better about yourself. Okay, vehicles. Okay. Question 1. A running gag of the series was a school bus was repeatedly in danger. What school is that bus from? And I have vacuum. That's that, Shang. So long as you can hear me, we'll hopefully the vacuuming will be. Who vacuums at what time is it there? 9?
9:40.
Who vacuums at 9:40 at night?
I mean, it's better than vacuuming at 10:40 at night.
but yeah, it's a good question. The vacuuming, not the vehicles.
Yeah.
The bus is fun though.
So question 1, a running gag of the series has been a school bus repeatedly becomes in danger during the series. What school is that bus from? Okay. Question 2, this is a multi one, but unfortunately it's a maximum of 3 here. Name me each form of sphere.
What?
Name me each form of sphere. The third option, I will be like leewaying on, like if you guess the general answer of that will be fine because I didn't have a clue the official name of what the, I can't say the answer, but apparently it's that. Okay. Question 3. True or false? The Batmobile has appeared in the show, specifically the show. True or false? The Batmobile has appeared in the show, the series, the episodes, not the comics. Okay. On to question 4. Question 4. What was the name used for the Reach fighters seen in season 3? What was the name for the Reach fighters seen in season 3?
Oh, that Scooby-Doo episode?
Okay.
Oh, I remember those. I don't remember the name.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Same.
Question 5. What sci-fi franchise inspired the design of Despero's spaceship? What sci-fi franchise inspired the design of Despero's spaceship? And I will give a whopping 10 bonus points if you can name the precise ship it was designed after. 10.
I mean, I can do that without Googling, and that's cheating. So I'm not going to do it.
Okay. Is everybody ready? Is the hoovering done now?
Yes.
Because if I was going to ask you what your answer was, and then I might have to disqualify you for that round.
no.
Okay. A running gag of the series was a school bus was repeatedly in danger. What school was it from? Shane Lee?
Metropolis school? I don't know. The first time I played was in a school at Metropolis, so I guess it's Metropolis school. I don't know.
Christopher?
I remember it saying Metropolis School District.
Okay. Shane. Sorry, Richard.
I had My Cabbages Elementary.
Yes, it does seem to be. It does. Vera is currently watching that, so when she's done, oh my god, she's going to laugh.
Airbending power.
If I can work a school bus from my cabin's elementary into the show, if that's within my power.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Enrique.
I think he froze.
I
never
froze
mind.
yet.
Okay,
I'm back.
you're back.
Awesome.
I have Metropolis and Star City.
You got to pick one.
Well, but they were both school buses in danger in a breach.
Which the original school bus, the original one.
Metropolis.
Okay, and Shang.
I put Happy Harbor High School.
I mean,
I don't even know if they're large enough to run the school buses. We don't have school buses in the UK. We have coaches when we're like super big schools, but we mostly walk to ours. Okay.
But they do have a surprisingly robust cheerleaders program.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't get that either. You know what another thing is? If you go back and watch those episodes, it seems that bus and the people within it are in some sort of fixed time loop because they don't seem to age. It's always the same people.
Listen, skincare is very important in Happy Harbor. Just saying.
No, they're all clones. They're like Superboy. They're clones. They don't.
It's a busload of kids from animated comedies like The Simpsons who just stay the same age for 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
There's going to be a point where the Simpsons.
Some logic.
There's going to be a point where the Simpsons episodes, even if you had an episode for every day, they got to be like 3 years older anyway, because they're like 2000 now, and that's like 6 years.
Isn't that like kind of a hellish experience? Like I'm trapped in a bus with my friends for eternity, going over the same bridge, getting blown up, and then I'm back on the bridge, and then I get blown up, and then I'm back on the bridge with the same people.
I nearly get bow industry security. I get thrown off and picked up by a giant plant creature. What the hell, man?
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is the 100th time we're gonna get hit. What will it be? Like alien race or earthquake or?
They shouldn't be screaming at the end. They should just be used to it. You're gonna die. Oh, what the heck matters? Okay. So we've all answered that one. The correct answer is Metropolis. Metropolis High. Okay.
Yay!
Name number 2. Name each of Sphere's modes. Okay. So I have Sphere, Supercycle, and Bug.
What?
Bug?
That tick thing. What I think it's called the woodlouse because it is slightly in the similar design of the woodlouse. I don't know why it's called that, or I might be saying it's like it's bug form. I will accept Bug. So Shane, how many did you get?
2.
Did everyone just forget Sphere was a mode?
What?
No, I actually have.
Christopher?
I thought there was like a flying car mode.
That's Supercycle.
I thought there was a motorcycle version.
Yeah, it's like because it's like the motorcycle, and then there's like the one with the things
the one that looks like
flattened
this.
out. Yeah. There's the one where it's all flattened out.
You are correct. Again, Young Justice Wiki is not answering that. But I also
That was the first time that Sphere changed shape, right? Is that they were all taking off on vehicles and it turned into a motorcycle
it's
for
super
Boy to ride?
cycle. There's a different mode of super cycle in the fourth one, but I will accept that as a separate mode. So Christopher, sorry, how many did you get?
I had Sphere, Supercycle, and the motorcycle version. I wasn't remembering the bug
Okay,
thing.
because he only appeared once. No, twice. Once when they were the fusion of what's his name, and the other fusion.
That's what
Brilliant.
I wanted to ask. Which one is the one that fuses with Infinity Man?
Why am I suddenly thinking of the RV though?
That was
No, that's
No.
Bioship.
the Bioship.
Bioship, right? Okay, never mind. Right. I'm
How many
like,
have you got, Richard?
But there is a mode where he fuses with Infinity Man to control it.
Yeah, that's the bug mode.
That's the bug.
How many did you get? Sorry,
3
Richard.
then.
oh,
Very
so
good.
I got 2.
So, Enrique, 3.
Yeah, Sphere,
Shang?
Super Cycle, and Bug.
I got Ball Sphere, Motorcycle Sphere, and Super Cycle Sphere.
Okay,
Super.
that's 3. Ooh.
I used to call the Bug mode like the Power Ranger mode,
And then
Like
the design
like
changed.
the Mega Sword mode.
Actually, I have a question. Hello is a mother box, so the Forever people can fuse with her and make an Infinity Man. I don't know. I've been thinking about it. I mean,
Oh, you mean like that because Cyborg, Halo, and Sphere are part mother boxes, they could fuse together?
I don't know. I mean, they're organic bodies. I don't think they can. But
That's an interesting question to ponder about.
Okay, true or false? The Batmobile has appeared on the show. Shane Lee,
can you repeat the question, please?
true or false? The Batmobile has made an appearance in the series.
True.
Okay, Christopher.
I'm going to say false.
Okay, Shane.
Yeah,
Sorry, Richard. Sorry.
I'm going to say false.
Okay, Enrique.
False. The Batwing, however.
Oh, wait. We've got Shang to go. Shang to go.
I put false. So
Yeah, Enrique wants to write his own questions that he didn't ask.
Get your own quiz.
Sorry.
The answer is false. The Batwing has made several appearances in both Batcave and outside the UN building, but the Batmobile has not. It has made an appearance in the comics. It basically just looks like, if anyone remembers Beware the Batman, that design.
Oh, I thought I see it when the Batcave, when the antenna was having their reunion. I thought I saw the.
I have to double check as well, but it's all the Batwing. The Batwing's hanging out.
Yeah,
like
they got the Batwings. I confused.
Okay. Okay, number 4. What was the name used for the Reach fighters seen in season 3? Shane Lee.
I have no idea. I'm sorry.
Kristen.
Reach Fighters.
No, that's it. Although that is an apt description, it is not the proper name they were given.
You didn't say proper name. You asked what they were called.
I put down Pointy Boys because they're so fun and pointy and shooty.
I would like to also, why weren't they used in the battle with Warworld? I mean, instead of just taking ships head on, they could still fly around and take out stuff. Richard. Enrique.
Sentries.
Nope, that was the drones in season 2. And Shang.
I guessed. I wrote Tesla.
The term is warbugs. Warbugs used by Batgirl to describe them.
I'm assuming at the point they're actually called Tesla.
Tell you what,
Yeah.
though, I will give half a point to Christopher for the fact that he did call them Reach fighters.
I'm going to lose anyway, so I'm not going to argue the point.
Okay. I don't know. You could get the bonus question points here.
Hey.
Okay, question 5. Finally, what sci-fi franchise inspired the designs of Despero's spaceship?
Star Trek.
Sorry, Shane, the Star Trek. You say Star Trek. Okay, Christopher.
Blake 7.
That's a traditional British series, that is.
Yes, it is.
God, what an ending for that series. Richard.
I'm just gonna say Redwall. I know it's not a like sci-fi franchise per se. It's more in the fantasy realm. But
you said
Redwall because Despero is a mouse, right?
Oh, sorry, Red Wall.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said Red Dwarf, which is also a sci-fi series. Hilarious.
With a jive talking cat and that was.
Yeah, now I want to see Despero show up in Starbug. That would be great.
Yeah. See, that's the thing is I'm like I forgot who Despero was, so I was like, all I could think of was the mouse.
Star Trek ships do make appearance regularly in the show. Christopher, did you do the free comic book day one? With Atomic Skull?
No.
Because the design of the ship he's in is a Star Trek shuttle runabout. Why do Star Trek vehicles keep appearing in Young Justice? I mean, the cast, half the cast of Star Trek appears in Young Justice.
And Gar's show is based on Star Trek.
Okay. Enrique, what did you have?
Star Trek.
You went with Star Trek. And Shang, what did you go with?
I took a wild guess. I wrote Star Wars and Death Star for the.
Oh, that was Star Wars and Death Star would have been an apt answer for the War World, but right. The correct answer is Star Trek. But Stanley and Stanley and Enrique, for 10 bonus points, can you name the ship type it was specifically designed around? This is why I gave 10
I know
points.
more about Star Wars than Star Trek. I'm sorry.
Okay. Enrique, shot in the dark.
Young Justice Enterprise.
No. Its original design is based off the Jem'Hadar fighter seen in Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
That's a deep cut, but okay, all right.
Yeah, if you seriously, if you Google Jem'Hadar fighter and then have a second page with Despero's ship, and then flip between the two, the striking resemblance is weird. Again, leads back to why they are.
I would recognize a Jem'Hadar ship. I don't remember what Despero's ship looked like. So I'll be looking that up after we're done.
I tried. I couldn't find it.
You could have got 10 points there if you'd just known what Despero's ship would look like.
Well, I looked up Despero once I realized that I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to have to say it's the mouse because I'm like, I literally don't remember who Despero is. And then I was like, oh, yes, I remember that guy showing up. I don't remember what his ship looked like, and so I tried to find that and couldn't find it.
Oh, okay. So I'm just adding up all the points together. It is very close. Chris, you pulled yourself back. You got 3.5 out of that round.
Cool.
Richard, you have made your 10.
Yay!
Okay. And I have the final results. So from going from lowest to highest,
From the jury.
we have a drum roll, please, people. Okay, with 10 points, it is Richard.
Woo!
With 17.5, it's Christopher. With 18, it is Enrique. And now this is drum roll because it's super, super close. With 22.5, it's Shane, which with the amazing 24 points score is Shane, the winner.
Yay!
Well done.
It was the countries. Honestly, it was just the countries that pulled me through.
It was the country
I vote for you, Bournemouth.
Hey, Mike.
Who knew fictional geography would be?
Honestly, I was never good at geography in high school.
Okay. So
That explains why you're so good with the made-up
There you go. Extending
At
the
least I'm
brain
good at
space for it.
something.
Okay, so yeah, that's the end of the rounds, and thank you everyone for attending. That was incredible. I had a lovely time. It was entertaining as always, with even the wrong answers. I hope you all enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was really fun. Thank you for having us.
This is
At
so
any
fun.
time.
It was so fun.
But yes, I do have to say, I can't do round 4 because it is just becoming so hard to pull 20 questions. I mean, I could do another character round, but it still would mean I would have to pull off 15 complete questions out of nowhere. And unfortunately, they are getting to the point where I can't go for 2 easy ones because that would just be kind of a bit offensive for all the people who've previously tried and got very high scores, and the people who try in the round 4 and aced it, because that wouldn't be fair. So what we're going to do is for round 4 of the Young Justice quiz, when Young Justice season 4 has finally aired and all the episodes are out, see how many of the cast and crew I can put together, or if it ends after Young Justice, before San Diego Comic-Con, we could do a live Young Justice Quiz San Diego Comic-Con, just like in the ice cream. So we could have all the cast and crew together for that one.
Wow.
But yeah,
That was really
Good luck getting internet for that. I will just
Christopher.
say.
Christopher, I have a question. Feel free not to answer if it breaks your NDA. Are they going to have a virtual Young Justice panel at Comic-Con for season 4?
No idea.
no,
Okay.
the virtual panel, the only thing I've only seen is the DC fan dome thing, and I'm not quite sure. I'm going to try and have to buy one of those goggle things just for that.
Oh yeah, VR goggles.
I don't know if it is a virtual, as in you look around it with your laptop, or it's a virtual where you put goggles on.
Wow, that sounds cool.
Yeah. But yes, thank you everyone for attending. We're dropping off in the viewership, but thank you all. It's 3 o'clock in the morning here, so we're going to end it for the channel. Thank you very much, everyone. So goodbye.
Thanks so much.
It was really fun. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Have a good night.
Okay, and we are